Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Hasina Patel. I'm co-creator of the Bubbles Beyond Borders worldwide campaign for supporting the rights and dreams of women and girls around the world and also all gender equality. And with me, I have Sheri Brusch, and I was connected with Sheri in 2014, which was awesome. We had never met before, and we were connected through a mutual contact. And when Sheri said she was from Antigua and I'm from South Africa, I had to go to the world map and look up where Antigua is because I had no idea. Hi, Sheri.
Hi, Hasina.
And it's been so amazing to have you as one of the participants in the campaign. So, okay, I'd love you to tell everyone who's watching what what made you want to join the campaign, and why did you feel so strongly about it? What was your personal why?
So, I had always had a yearning really to give back to my community, to help others. And while I did that in my small circle of associates, friends, and relatives, I felt that there was a lot more that I can be doing, but I just never had an idea of how I can do this successfully until I accidentally was included during a presentation about Bubbles Beyond Borders. I was visiting relatives and friends in Trinidad, and whilst I was there, I was invited just to sit in and watch a presentation, and nobody said what it was about. But I thought, since I was invited, I was at my friend's house, and she invited me to sit in on the small gathering. I figured, why not? So I sat down, and this young lady proceeded to give a presentation about Bubbles Beyond Borders, and I felt like, wow, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to make a difference, and I want the difference that I make to impact others and to also inspire them to do likewise. And so
Yeah.
Bubbles Beyond Borders really resonated with me. The whole message, about supporting girls and women really resonated with me. And immediately I said, you know what, I'm going to join this movement. I'm going to start my own campaign in Antigua, and I'm going to join all of those other women across the other countries, that
Yeah.
are going to be launching their campaign in August 2014. And so I did.
Yeah.
And
And
the
you
journey has been amazing.
yeah, and your nonprofit came out of this as well, or I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but you sort of created something more out of this. Tell us about it.
Well, initially, I wanted to bring awareness to the campaign and what we were trying to accomplish. And so for the first 2 years, like in 2014 and in 2015, I basically held a public event, and it
Mhm.
was more of a photo op. And I encouraged members of the public to make pledges, like, how they're going to support a woman or a girl in their community. And people made pledges. And the first year, I realized that, I needed to sort of connect with a group, maybe a home that supported girls and women, and so I can actually utilize those pledges and see, the results, the outcomes, and how it has positively impacted the lives of those women and girls. And so I reached out in 2015. So
Mhm.
one of the foster care facilities here on Antigua, the Sunshine Home for Girls, which is run by the Salvation Army.
Mhm.
And I sort of formed a partnership with them so
Uh-huh.
that I would broker all of the pledges, and then I would say to people, this is what the girls need. Maybe they need school supplies because it's the beginning of the school term, or maybe they need personal care items. And so people would pledge accordingly. And the pledge, I would always say it should be for a year's duration. So for a year, they would pledge to supply these services or the supplies, that are needed. And so after I had done that, I began to feel like, you know what, this is really going in the direction that I want it to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, Hasina, spoke to me about some of the programs that Leave No Girl Behind would normally offer to girls and women. And I decided, I'd like to offer something similar as well. And so I had this whole idea of doing a women's empowerment workshop.
Yeah.
So I did that in 2017, and the response was phenomenal. A lot of the participants, were very satisfied and enthusiastic about, the information that they received, the guidelines that were given to them during the presentations. And so they were asking me questions like, so when are you going to have a workshop about finances? Because one of the things we struggle with is managing our own personal finances. Some of us are small business owners, and while our business are fairly successful, we're not able to really measure how successful it is or to really grow our business, in a positive way. And so they wanted some kind of guidelines. And so I started out doing a series of workshops that are geared towards women who are trying to improve, their finances, and also women who are small business owners, teaching them all kinds of tips and tricks to really engage them and to encourage successful growth. And this year, I'm happy to say that I'm also hosting a similar workshop, and this one is called Referral Marketing Strategies.
Yes.
And I'm also going to be hosting a fundraiser to raise funds to continue supporting the foster care facility and some other girls and women in the community who I also support. And I'm very happy with everything that I've achieved so far. And I really am looking forward to doing even more. Last year, I also started a program to support girls who are transitioning out of the foster care facility, because when they get to age 18, then, they need to move on. And so I had 2 girls in the program last year, and they have successfully moved on and are living independently now. And so I want to continue this by actually establishing a facility where these girls can stay for probably a duration of 4 to 6 months while they transition, and they're able to find, employment, a place to live, and be able to manage on their own after having the benefit of life skills coaching, which I hope to be able to offer. So a lot has been happening. So it's been very exciting and rewarding, I should say. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to Hasida and Shamima for leading me down this path. It's really opened my eyes to a lot of qualities that I myself did not even know that I possessed. And I'm grateful to you guys for really initiating this whole movement. And I know that recently, within the past 2 years, I should say, we've actually changed our focus a bit, and we are also including all genders. And I think this is a very positive change, because even here in Antigua, at my first workshop, which was geared towards women and girls and to empower them, men showed up. And the question I was asked is, why are we excluded? And so in my other workshops, I've always made it open to the public, and it's not exclusively for women or girls. And so I think it's a very positive change in the campaign, and I look forward to a lot of other positive changes, which I'm sure you're sitting there and you're thinking about, because your brain works in an amazing way.
Well, thank you. You've said so many kind things, but like the thing is that it was you. I mean, you've come up with these ideas, and this is what I'd like everyone watching to get from you, that you took a dream, well, you took a need that was in the community and your dream, and you kind of combined them, and you started just from where you are, and you don't have to think, well, I've got to get an infrastructure set up, I've got to, do this or do that. You just start from where you are with what you have, and that's what you did. And yes, the inclusivity was the change with inclusivity was wonderful. But when we've read things about how transgender people are excluded in many situations, and people are picked on even for their sexual orientation, or how they see their gender, we need the inclusivity. And men, as we need men too, because it takes all of us, the whole population, to get
Absolutely.
equality. We will wrap this up, and it was wonderful speaking with you, Sheri.
Thank you so much, Hasina. It's
Okay,
always a pleasure talking to you.
have a good day. Bye.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. And everyone, remember, follow your dreams. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.